All right, welcome back to another Saturday Core episode. I think I'm going to start a track from scratch today and see if we can actually work out a whole entire track instead of just trying to come up with an idea. So I think I worked on a couple of things over the past week that I think I had some cool ideas, but what I'm trying to get at here is I mostly came up with the more solidified project where I have the processing down a little bit more. So like I came up with, actually there's nothing on this one, so let's just start with this one. What is this? I think I was just trying to mess and get some like era-esque vibes going on. So let's just actually start with this. This is kind of neat. And then I actually have minor pentatonic turned on here. So let's see what we can do here. What if we did like this, maybe? That could be neat. And then of course we will make it sound different this time around. I want to make sure that these root notes are going at the same. Maybe like a... That sounds pretty era-esque. Let's actually slow it down a little bit, I think. Because I don't know if anybody's really playing this on a real guitar. Oh, okay, that's what I did. So while I was kind of experimenting, instead of using dual pan guitars and stuff like that, I'm just panning this Odin 3. I have it right in the middle, and then the Axure, I'm using a little bit of utility to make it sound wider. Now, I don't think you can hear it because the stream is in mono. Again, I need to figure out how to fix that, but hopefully you get the gist of it. And then what can we do here? Maybe like a... oh, I'm in E minor, that's why. Wait, no way. Oh, okay, that's why. I thought I was in C. Okay, well, that's fine. E minor it is. I think that would probably come in a little bit later. Okay, bass. That sounds neat. And then let's make sure that we take that out. Now the sub doesn't need to be as high, obviously. Or just do that, and then it just duplicates. So I don't think we really need to worry about it. I was listening to some not Bad Omens, but whoever does New to See, from Ashes to New. And I was thinking, like, man, my songs are getting way too complex when people that are in professional bands or, you know, live touring bands don't have as much of complexity in their music. So you probably need to tone it down a little bit. Now that sounds like it's a little bit off, so I think it might have to do with this. Let's turn this off. I think right here we could do like a just some more variation. And then I'll just copy this guy, lower this guy, consolidate this, make sure that all of our notes are going. And these ones, let's make sure we bring this all up for that pluck. Okay. All right, let's consolidate this all and let's get a drum loop going. You know, actually, before we do that, let's work on something for a pre-synth type deal. Since we're in E minor pentatonic, I think we could probably put together something that sounds kind of cool. I think we're going to need to go down though. And let's also get this. I really like this stock preset the more like I listen to it, but I think the key tweaks it needs. Turn this off, and then I just came out with a Metalcore pack. I'm going to use some of the stuff today from it. This synth booster I think could work good. And let's actually just bring this bass over here to make sure it fits with the rest of it. Okay, and now let's bring this lower. You know what, actually, before we get too carried away with this, let's go ahead and just do this. And use this as our ARP notes, at least the basis of it, so it goes along with the actual like atmosphere type deal. Yeah, I think it could work. Let's do this. Let's do this as well. And let's get an atmosphere popped in here as well. That could probably work. It's already an E. We'll get a chroma in here just to lock those notes to our scale of choice. Yeah, E minor pentatonic. Let's actually go in here and that frequency that chroma kind of induces. Is it this one? Let's actually add, I don't think I want to use this, but again, another pack or another plugin from the pack. Let's do it before chroma. And now what we can do is let's grab an LFO and let me grab the saturator, put it over here. If it wants to go, which it doesn't appear it does. Hello, maybe over here? Okay. And then let's map this to our drive. Let's add a rate here and do like I think 8th notes is correct. And then let's do a triangle or down rather. And then I think I'll automate this depth. Go something like this. And then let's actually just take a section here and just duplicate it since we have a lot more volume over here. Okay, let's see what that does. Yeah, no. What is this? Use this as like a... I guess we could probably actually just use our bass note here. And then we need a fill here, obviously. Okay, now usual routine here. All of these down to our root note. Okay. I'm actually liking, let's actually do this. I was going to say I'm liking the velocity, but I'll actually just add a randomizer to it. Make sure that this guy. And then humanize it. Actually, let's save that. Snare's not sounding great. What's going on here? Let's try a different one, maybe. I'm not liking how that's sounding at all. That's better. I don't know why there's such a long decay on that. Why would you want that? Oh, is it because my velocity's turned down? Yeah. Okay, let's start off with far left, China. Let's raise my velocity too. Do this, and then I like to do like the offset one. And then let's add like a fill here. Okay, let's add this. That's probably fine. And then let's humanize it. Let's set the length too. Can I do it actually like this and then do it quicker? Maybe like this. Okay, maybe. A little double kick does not come in correctly, unfortunately. It only happens one time though, so that's fine. Okay, limiter has to go. Okay, now let's lower this, I suppose, so that way our atmosphere can come in. Okay, let's see here. Those little like ARP runs in the actual guitar like loop here are not in time, but I guess that's what makes it a little bit more, you know, human. So let's do this. Okay, and then these doubles. Oops. Okay, then we'll just copy and paste that, and then let's get our kicks here. And I don't think I'm going to exactly emulate exactly everything that's going on kick-wise with the guitar. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do one guitar then. And then we'll legato. And maybe we'll bring this guy in. Okay. And then do we do this little move here? Maybe something like this. I don't think I can just change modes while we go, can I? Or maybe I can just actually turn it down and I can... Now breakdown time. I think we just end with the breakdown 2 because I want to go from pentatonic to Phrygian, which I guess it really doesn't matter actually. So let's see if we can find something in here that can be our build. Not quite. And then we do something crazy. So maybe... Okay, maybe something like that. And then naturally it would repeat, and then vocals or something would come over it. So this one we can actually have it go directly the same as the kicks. Okay. Something like that. Worry about the fills in a minute. I guess we'll do them now. Okay. What a difference the cymbals make. I'm just going to copy the same cymbals from over here. That's honestly pretty basic for my taste. But maybe if we just do something like this and raise it. And then maybe what we would even do, and then it would just end on this note, is double up. So that might be the same, but then we need these ones. I can't tell off the top of my head right now just listening to this by itself, but I hope it doesn't sound like the kind of giddy up horsey type deal. This sounds very 2007-esque. This sounds like era before their era. What if I take this section here and I take down the color and we just use this and we lower the volume. I don't think I 100% like this idea. Maybe it could be a little bit different, but I think, you know, just once you work on music for so long, it starts to all become kind of monotonous and not really interesting anymore. So let's go and listen to everything we had. I want to say this is like a full track, but there's definitely like a full outline of a track. So we got say 89.2% of the way of where we wanted to be. So hopefully this is you know, a good section. Hopefully if you watched it this far, at least if you're skipping to it, it's inspiring you. So again, we went from C Phrygian dominant, right, to E minor pentatonic. So hopefully this is like kind of a cool track. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Streamlabs here, and I'm going to turn off my mic, and I'm going to change it from mono to stereo so you can hear exactly what is going on, and we'll end it right there. So thank you for watching the video. We'll end on the track, and hopefully you enjoy.